my phone decides to do goofy things sometimes. The StreamYard platform, as cool as it is, sometimes it's kind of janky. It just randomly does weird things. Like puts two of me on the screen, even though I have one phone here. Michael, where did that come from? Screws up the audio all the time. I don't know. Whatever. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying. Give you that little some Jerry Seinfeld. Yeah, I'm just saying. You can say anything you want as long as afterwards you say I'm just saying, and that is the truth, ain't it? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I mean, your face is really stupid. I'm just saying. It makes a lot of sense. Oh, so yes, I'm Zen. If you don't know. And yes, I'm drinking a PBR at 7 a.m. Why? Because it's open and it was sitting next to me. And I think it's probably rather than I think it's probably like do you know like the natives what they chew on a bark. There's a couple different kinds of barks they would chew on. They didn't really have teeth or brushes. And my assumption is you know if you're gonna wash your mouth with um, minty flavored weird alcohol shit, like this is alcohol. I mean, doesn't this work? Wouldn't this be like the most intelligent thing you could do? Clean your mouth out with some alcohol? I think so. Perhaps. Anyways, what are we talking about here? I don't know. I was waiting for some people to show up. I thought you guys might have some questions or comments and queries and concerns into the nature of this reality that apparently we're all co-creating. Speaking of co-creating, I was watching. I don't know if anybody watched the Bashar. I used to dig that dude. He was channeling Bashar, which to me either said he might have actually been doing that because I'm pretty certain that all of the things that you know think are kind of mystical are possible. But I also think maybe he had an earpiece in or something wired into his head, or like I don't know. He could have been, I suppose, channeling something. But the dilemma is there's a lot of people that used to. Here's what I was getting to. People that used to watch on the YouTubes that like now I see them from a different vantage point, or maybe it just took them a while, or maybe I didn't see the right videos. I was like, oh, you're actually full of shit because he's still pushing the ball earth. I'm like, bro, it's plainly like right here's here. Let's get back into trusting people. There's certain things that I can ask someone that I uh they're kind of like I gotta know what do you really think and believe about this? And one of the things, if you haven't researched it, I understand. If you've just never given any consideration and come across your reality, but if you have done any research into actually where we live, like the shape of the realm, and you were accurate, just to use your senses and see what's going on out here. It's so obvious that it's not what we've been told. And if you are so like connected to like, I love what's going on with shape of the earth because why would they lie to us? Blah blah blah. Then I'm like, I can't trust you. You're untrustworthy, Mr. Mannion. What are you doing? So that's one thing. So it's like, so if if you're a vegan, or if you think the earth is a ball, Are you like, green cars, as we're talking about, like electric cars? I don't think I can trust you. Like, in fact, I don't. I know I can't trust you because you don't trust your own senses. You don't think. You're a thoughtless. You're a thoughtless person. And I would say the people that have done any searching, like and it's also that the person trusts the people that continually lie to them. So like, why? What could we possibly have in common after that? After I know that you associate with absolute lying entities and that you trust them over your own self. It means that you don't trust yourself, you're untrustworthy. Don't know what to say. It just is so. I have a couple friends who have literally I've sent videos to I would say should at least alter your mindset about the shape of the route. Like at least you would question it. And there's a couple friends that I have that I really, really, really trust and I really like, but they dismissed it and said they kind of give me the like, you think the shape of the realm is level? You think water's like it? I was like, yeah, I was a fucking like I built things. It's called a water level on purpose. You put it in a tube and you go as far as you want that way. You can make the tube however many miles you want. It's come to the same level. That's what a level is. It's flat. I'm like, I was in construction. I know how this shit works. And I was like, and you never did that. And this is what is so hard for you to understand here? And and they look at me and kind of do one of those giggles, like, I can't believe you're so dumb. You think that I'm like, what, dude? I'm like, clearly you're the dummy here. I don't know. I don't know. I can fuck with these people anymore. I'm over this human thing. These people are really got me fucking just confused as to how do they even. That's my meditation. It's my meditation for the day. How do they even? Everything is like, what are we back in high school? I gotta reteach these people because they. And it's funny because when I was in high school, I got all good grades. I sat in the front of the class. You know what I mean? I paid attention to the teacher. I followed all the rules. And then one day I was like, oh, jeez, what's going on here, Louise? These people are lying about everything, and they don't even know it. There's just straight like, I don't know. And these people, and I think it's maybe because I do care about uh, generationally the next. Even though I'm not going to do any of the have kids things, no, probably not going to do that. But these people, they deliver this information through food, through talking to them, through what they in they deliver that information to the next generation and make them dumber. Like, why would you do that to your children? You should want to be smart so that you don't give your children a bad life. Yet all of you actually are becoming dumber and dumber and giving the next generation a hard time. Like it's let's be clear. It's last generation's fault for where we are. This is not like, they're like, hey, can you fix this shit for us? We're like, what? You don't know how to program a VCR? You sitting there like at 12 years old. I'm like, I don't have a job. I can't afford this, but you want me to figure out how to do. You can't figure that shit out. Come on, you figured out how to go to work every day. You figured out how to start your car and drive off there and then talk on the phone to whoever the fuck about whatever and do this thing. You're able to figure all that out, right? But you can't figure out how to program a VCR. What the fuck is wrong with you? No, you don't worry, and you can clean up after us too, because what's wrong with these people? I'm kind of I'm Yeah, I'm pretty over the human experience. The only thing that keeps me going is music, music and liquor, which is actually one of my favorite songs by Wax. And also, Lupe Fiasco does his album Food and Liquor, but food, not even. I mean, food is good, but music, and not even liquor. I don't even really drink liquor. I just like beer. Beer's fun. It's something to do. It makes me feel cozy. I even smoke weed. Everybody always looks at me and is like, "Hey, you got weed?" I was like, "Why do I? Because I look like a fucking hippie." Like, stop that! I'm gonna smoke that shit. What's up, Just Frank? What are you doing? Uh, in the big picture, Earth is present, so the size and shape is irrelevant. But it is relevant. It is relevant. Here's why it's relevant. Again, go watch the Arab debate. He breaks down why it's relevant. But let me explain to you from my perspective. It's relevant because that cements the fact that everything that they're telling you is a giant lie. And once people accept that everything they're saying is a lie, then they'll stop, you know, following suit and doing the shit that they tell you because you're like, you're lying. Everything they do is lies. And if because if they can lie to you on that massive a scale of literally the like place you live, then that's the important part. You're right in the sense that it doesn't really matter what shape this shit is. Convex, concave, uh, hollow, flat, a soup bowl, a giant fucking tampon. I don't. That doesn't matter. It doesn't. You're right, but it matters that they're lying, and that it's in mass, and that the people that even work for the institution that are delivering the lies are so compartmentalized they can't even see the big picture that they're being lied to. That's the dilemma. Yeah, yeah. You said you really consider the shape and size once you're able to go where you please. Yeah, I mean, I've always said that I'm all for a one world order. I really am, in the sense that the borders are stupid. I don't like the idea of countries. Countries are stupid. If you want to have different states, like little land masses that you say, hey, in this state you can go do methamphetamine if you want. Well, I don't want that in my neighborhood, not in my backyard. But here, we'll have this little plot of land. We'll call it Colorado. And you can do anything you want there. Well, then everybody goes to Colorado that wants to be a fucking junkie. So be it. But leave the rest of the land to, that. But in the sense of the countries, like you can't, like it's right there. I can't just walk right there. Oh, that's a different country. But it's not. It's fucking, it's sovereignty on land. I don't, yeah, I hear what you're saying. But again, you said, we knew they lie. Well, not everybody does. That's the thing. That's the bigger thing. Again, people know that politicians lie, but they lie occasionally. They know that they know the pharmaceutical companies have been sued out the bunghole and are fully poisoning people. They know this, but not to the extent, not to the extent. If you just said everything they do, like let's be honest here. How many how many trillions of dollars? I said trillions with a T. How long has the cancer society, cancer research been going on? You go through the grocery line, they're like, "Would you like to donate $1 to cancer research?" Like, no, I don't want to donate $1 for you to research cancer. We already know what the fuck it is, and it's already been shown how to get rid of it. We already know how this works. Everybody else doesn't, but they keep putting money into that little thing. So they clearly don't know. They clearly don't know how miserable. They go, "Oh, but we feel this way. We want to help cancer patients. We don't need babies with bald heads dying and getting, but let's put them in a microwave." It's the extent to which the lies are. If people were aware of that, that they could lie to us on the scale of the shape of the earth, and that all politicians are full of shit, that they could cover, you could cover that as much chocolate as you want, but that's a fucking turd in the middle. You can, the pharmakia, it's in the word. It means poison makers. You know, it's like, what if people knew to the extent, then they would have a different, they would respond and react differently. That's why the shape of the earth is important. To literally dismiss, Frank, to dismiss literally where the fuck you exist and go, doesn't really matter. That right there is the degree of apathy that um they've went out of their way to push into you. They've made you apathetic to the point you don't even care that you live on that they're lying to you about where you live. That's a problem. After biblical long-term fasting, say this. What do you mean? What does the Bible have to do with fasting? Help me here with this. After biblical long-term fasting, get rid of the word Bible. Burn your fucking Bible. Shove your Bible up your asshole. I don't leave that term alone. Biblical long term. I've done I've done fasts longer than Jesus, motherfucker. So it wasn't even written in the Bible that I would do 43 days. That was 3 days longer than your boy Jay Jesus is. Even though he didn't exist and he's a figment of your goddamn imagination. Countries are just more tribalism, nationalism. Yeah, I mean the tribal nature of people is obvious. Like we do have tribal instincts. Um, National instincts we don't have. We want the protection of a flag and a nation, but that comes down to your community, your cult, your tribe. So it's instinctual to a degree. I mean, look at packs of animals, a pack of alpacas. Oh, how do you say there's more land out? Oh, definitely. I need more hookers and beer from you. Okay. Well, that's funny. They always say cure. They always use the word cure, which means like to do what? How do you cure meat? There. Yeah, we figured that out a long time ago. Hey, look at this sexy info is here again. Nice. It just doesn't make any sense. I'm gonna say it again. How the hell does YouTube allow for this nonsense? How do they do it? It confuses me. They allow that shit to pop up on my feed. Yep, they'll allow that, but because they don't have an algorithm to just go, hey, don't let dot biz dot info dot xyz dot just straight with the word fucky fuck in the title. They allow for that, but if I say something that they don't quite agree with, You can. I don't know if you're still here because it says nobody's here anymore. I will wait. I will wait a second. Hey, Des Frank, if you're still here, say something. Unless you dipped. You care, but you're more concerned about what you can do here and now. You can't prove the flat Earth. You certainly can, guy. You can prove it to a pretty high degree. We have lasers. We have we have the math. The only like you can prove it many ways. Oh, you're here. It says there's no one here. That's hilarious. Okay, cool. It says nobody's here. See this kind of shit that happens? It lets sex info find fucky butt fuckers. It lets that in here, but it tells me there's nobody here, but you're here, and the sexy fucker fag asshole is here. But here's the thing: is flat Earth is pretty easy to prove to a high degree. You can disprove that everything they said about living on a spinning, wobbling ball flying through it. You can disprove that. And I always go to how can I see the sun and the moon in the sky at the same exact time, right across from each other? That right there should stop, pause the whole thing that you think. Fix that. Fix that. Because that is not possible. 0 degrees from that's 100% impossible if we're spinning and that shit's spinning and going through. It's sitting across from each other that I'm looking at right there. And the moon is half, and it's during the day. It's half out, and then the how is that possible? It's not. And here's fuckface again. And they YouTube just allows that shit in here. So I gotta go over here and then just say fucky stank, cunty pussy bitch is in here. An error occurred while refreshing, and now it's ruined my whole shit again. Blocking the user, and they won't even let me block it. An error occurred, but I gotta refresh the page. Free virtual girls to chat with. Why would I want a virtual girl? A vert girl? An inverted girl? Is that like something else? Oh, hey, I'm just catching up with you here, Frank. Have you tried to prove the Have I tried to prove the shape of the Earth to NASA fanboys? I tried a couple times and I won't do that anymore. It's impossible because they have their head so far up their asshole. Like they all look the same. They all think that they're all on their computer. They're all sloppy. They all smell bad. They're all fat. They're all dumpster cunts. They're like, there's nothing you can do about that. Like, just what are you gonna do? You're gonna argue with somebody going, and they're literally eating Cheetos and Pizza Hut and fucking, slamming fucking Mountain Dews. Like that's no joke. That's what they're doing. Like it's not. I'm not being. I'm not suggesting that's all they eat, but that's them. It just is. And it's like, there's nothing. What are you gonna do? They're so certain of. I'm like, bro, you can't even ride a bicycle. How do you? You're telling me how goddamn. You're telling me a satellite is in outer space. You can't. You don't even know how a bicycle works. They won't fucking listen. No, they won't. Have you ever had a conversation with a head of lettuce? Yep. Hey, we got the other one. Now we got online dating for all tastes and ages as well. Nice. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's very clear and obvious. Uh-huh. Yeah. That's the fun. That's what we're trying to get into, Frank. So, that was the earlier point that I was trying to make. People are willing to accept that the education system's not really educating you. They'll say not really. They don't know to the extent of which. They'll consider that perhaps there have been some critical missed calls in basketball and football, but not the whole league's corrupt. They will consider that NASA might have been, BSing on something. They might consider that the government doesn't always tell you the truth, but they can't take it to the furthest extent and say like, no, all of it. They're like, no, but here's why. Because they have an aunt that is a nurse. They have an uncle that's a doctor. They got another family member or a friend that's a school teacher. They have a friend, and I have a friend that works for the mayor. Is he a good person? Yeah, he's a cool dude. I like him. But they're functioning within a corrupt system. And all of them, by I would say, is the word proxy. By proxy, they're all part of disseminating bullshit and lies, even if they don't know it. But they go, but these people, they go, but my auntie Diana, she's a nurse at a school, and she really helps people. She's one of the kindest people you ever meet, and she is. But she doesn't realize that what she's injecting into somebody, or here, take this, or whatever they don't know. They're not smart enough. You can be kind. A kind person is not necessarily an intelligent person. An intelligent person isn't often kind. I would say I'm wildly intelligent, but some people would say I'm an asshole. Okay. To me, that's not going to bother me. A kind person, an ignorant, innocent person is in no sense. And they're all of them are just, they're good people. Good people. I like them. They're just fine with me. But working for corrupt institutions, and everybody has to go, well, but I like them, so Bob, just because I know them, then there's no way they're not all bad. And I would say I agree, they're not all bad, but the whole system is. And then they would go, look at this fucking asshole. Zen, look at me. It's fucking 7:40 in the morning. What's he doing? He's having a fucking beer at 7:40 in the morning. What a lunatic. What a complete waste of space and life. I was like, I don't know about that. Come on. Frank, what were you gonna? Why you gonna go into it like that? I called myself an asshole. You don't get to call me an asshole. You just straight up just like you are an asshole. Yeah, yes. No, I would say more than an asshole. I'm a dick. I'm not an asshole. Assholes get fucked. I'm not an asshole. I'm a dick. That'd be more appropriate, I think, because I fuck assholes. Yeah, no, no. Do you remember the that joke? They did it on South Park really well about the difference between dicks and assholes and pussies. I'm definitely not a pussy. I've probably been an asshole, but I'm most largely a dick. If you've never seen it, go look it up. The dicks and assholes at South Park. You know what I'm saying? Asshole is just a convenient word to use, you know. And usually I overthink these things, and I would probably choose a different word. I would never call myself a cunt. I call other people cunts all the time because they're fucking cunts. And it is funny thinking about it. I might call someone a dickhead, and it's usually if I call someone a dickhead, it takes a little more out of me. It's like I kind of actually respect you. You're a dickhead. If I call you an asshole, it's just across the board. I don't like you. And if I call you a cunt, well, I mean, what are you gonna do with that? You don't want to be a pussy. I mean, I love pussy, but I don't really necessarily like cunts. It's better to be pissed off than pissed on. But if you're into that, it's your business. Well, interestingly enough, um, I can't say I've ever been pissed on, even though, like, obviously I practice Shivambu and piss is not a problem to me. Some people say when a girl squirts, sometimes they're just pissing. I don't know. I've had plenty. Okay, in that case, I've been pissed on plenty of times. I've pissed on plenty of chicks. Pissed in chicks. You want to upgrade your status in life. Try next time you're with your girl, get yourself a girl, or if you're into dudes, piss in his butt. I don't know, but try to piss with the heart on while you're having intercourse. It's hard. It's a hard task, but it's kind of awesome. It's kind of awesome. Oh, just right. You can only call someone. What up, Scott? What are you doing? Christos is in here. I don't see Christos comments. So Christos, if you here, I don't see your comments. It says there's 6 people, but there could be 100. It's being fucking wonky today. It chooses to do this sometimes. Um, you say, but Frank, you say you only can call someone a cunt if you want to punch them. Oh no, I'm a little more loosey goosey with the use of that word. Obviously, I think I'm a little more Australian in that sense. Like if someone a friend of mine, like you fucking cunt. It's a very kind of Australian greeting. When you it's like, when you're a kid, you punch somebody that you like the little girl that hits you, or you just like punch. You're like, yeah, I like it. It's that kind of thing. It's the last thing you say before you strike. Yeah, for me, I don't know. I think because I've trained myself to be very ambivalent to language. I mean, because I use a lot of extravagant and powerful, and these words that are just like chunky, juicy, outrageous kind of language. I like language, but it doesn't affect me so much. So, and I think I've probably used the word cunt probably about 20 times already in the show. But I use it so often it's just like it's a filler word for me. It's like when people say Oh, you were calling me Christos. Oh, okay, I got you. I got you, Skull. Well, Christos. I thought you Christos, the other Christos P word. Yeah. He is in anger and instruction. Yes. Yes, yes, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I don't really I don't know what I say when I'm angry. My anger is I don't know if I walk around uh happy, angry, joyful. I don't actually know what a standard, way of being would be. Like like because the general geministic nature of my character and how I am. I don't quite know if this is what people normally feel like and think. Because your feelings are gonna your thoughts are gonna affect your feelings to a degree. And I'm somewhat apathetic, somewhat apathetic about my thoughts because I realize my thoughts should not control my actions. They shouldn't. My the way that I respond to things should be feeling oriented, not emotional, because my thoughts cause my emotions. My feelings are just that. I should respond with feelings, and so I try to leave my thoughts out of it. Thoughts don't really have a lot of. It's kind of like you go home with someone and it's like, oh, I think I should, and then you do, and you're just like, oh, it's kind of silly. If you went with your actual feelings, you wouldn't have done that. You went to, I mean, yeah, I'm with chicks, and it's like, why did I, you wake up in the morning, and you go, what the fuck was I thinking? Your thoughts got in the way of you. Like, there's no way that I would ever, that would never happen. But men are dogs, man. We're just like, get a couple beers in you, and you're like, yep, I'll be having this tonight. Frank, oh, for real? Um, did you can get rid of what is that, HPVs, whatever? Is that what herpes papillomavirus? Uh, yeah, there's ways of really getting rid of that, but you have to do that. I think it stores in your I think it's stored in your liver, and you need to do you need to do some coffee enemas, bro. If you still have it, if do you get outbreaks or whatever? I don't know. I don't really know how it works because I somehow have stayed um, with the cleanest, meanest penis on the planet. Somehow, I don't know, because I do a lot of fasting and I do I do cleanses and shit. But I think that's all stored uh, in your in your liver. Yeah, I would double check on that. Oh, no. I mean, if you did or you do, like I'll double check on how to get rid of it. But I think you would probably do oregano oil on whatever your problem is. It will stingy burnies. Oregano oil is heavy duty stuff. You got to break it down. Um, it has is it Thujon? No, that's in wormwood. Uh, Carbachol is the acid. Is a you have to get really good stuff. It has a high percentage of carbachol. You mix that with sesame oil. Use that as on your person, and then do a couple coffee enemas, and do yourself a fruit juice fast. A lot of grapefruit juice, I believe. That should clean you right up. You got crowds from Betty White. Oh, Betty White. She's done. She's not around no more, huh? When did she die? Is she one of the other ones that is part of the whole Mandela effect? Because she was like 98 when she died. What year was it? You sure you say Betty? You sure it was from Betty White, not when you were at the Betty Ford clinic? And so many people mess out on this. One, two. It was that recent. Oh shit. But did she get the I mean at that age, why would you even attempt to go get what did she get? stabby webs. I do wonder about that. I wonder how many people are really gonna the fallout of it. It's gonna. I think it's gonna be pretty bad this winter. People just like people are just like, oh man, that took a little while to develop in your system. I don't want to talk about that now on here because it will usually fuck my channel up. I will, however, maybe do other. Maybe I'll get another channel, not on YouTube, so I can talk about that. Uh, although I'm pretty sure that everybody that knows me already knows what I'm gonna say, because you all know how it works. Let me remind you of how experiments work. In the beginning of an experiment, if you got to follow what I'm saying here because I have to talk coded language. That not everyone gets the experiment. There's a lot of salt water, so they have to have control, and they know who was given the control. So not only they think they got something they didn't know. That's what people don't really get is that they got the control, and then what happens after that, where they figure it out as they move through the whole experimentation. So even people that had been involved in such things didn't necessarily get the chemical compounds. I'll say that much. Well, I just choose not to speak about it. I have, and it shut my channel down a couple times. I had said some other things that they labeled as misinformation, and there's not much. I mean, what am I gonna do if they do that? Like I was like, I actually didn't say any misinformation. I was giving my opinion, but I'd be talking to a computer. There's no one sitting behind a desk at YouTube to be like, oh yeah, Zen was just giving his opinion on something. It's a computer, right? Yeah, that's not what it said. Uh-huh. Exactly, right. Exactly. Yep. That's about how it works. That's the part that people, if they knew that part, they would understand why the fallout is the way it's regimented, so to make it look like, oh well, it was actually saving people, saving your life, making you good. While in fact it was just that, well, you just the percentages are like, I don't know. I think the first go round of experiment, I think it's something like 90 or 80 to 90% of people will be getting just a just a glass of water. That's what they're getting, and then a few people will be getting the takabaka. You guys know about takabaka? This shit is magic. Don't drink it warm though, and that's warm. I gotta go put it in the freezer. It's, I've had warm taka before. Oh man, just thinking about it makes me vomitous. Yeah, I know. Yes, go. I hear you, man. That's this is another like the testing of society to see how much their MK, their mind control worked, and how stupid people are. It's another proof of how dumb people have gotten. And again, it's not people have gotten dumber. I know I've been saying that. It's that they've been trained to be goofy, silly. They've been trained to not think anymore. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. See, that's another key thing, you know, with and not from. Yep, that's a good one. Just a slight changing, a slight alteration of the wording changes everything. And you know what's funny about it is there's people that are actively doing that, which goes, wow, there actually are really bad people. I mean, as much as I say good, bad, who knows? Kid falls off the horse, breaks his back, but then that whole story. Anybody knows the grandpa says, "Oh, good, bad, who knows?" But there are people that are actively involved in knowing good goddamn well what that stuff is and what it's doing, and then altering language to, you know, that's fucking. How do you do that? How much money must you be getting paid? How much? Here, let me ask you. Let me ask all you guys. How much money would it take for you to like straight just poison and lie to all of your friends, family, kin, brothers, sisters? How much money? How many? How much? What are you willing to do it for? These people, they're not even getting paid that much. Because I know anybody here would be like, he wouldn't. You might say for $10 trillion, because then maybe with that money you could fix other things in reality, and maybe for $10 trillion you might. But like these people aren't even. They're probably making like a couple 100,000 a year. They're like, yep, I'm gonna go ahead and just do this to avoid liability. So the way the system is, it's either incompetent at best or evil at worst. Yeah, people that think that the government is incompetent have it completely. They don't know. No, it's not incompetent. They're doing exactly what they hire the right people because the people that are putting themselves forward are incompetent, but they're being instructed by people that are very manipulative sociopaths. So you don't want the big derp derp thummy head in front or behind is the manipulator that is just going puppeteering that shit. It's like the school system. People are like, oh, the school system is, you know, like no, it was built that way. I have to explain. Go read John Tyler Godwin, The Underground History of American Education. If you don't want to read that big ass book, go read Dumbing Us Down, um, or what else did he write? There's a couple other smaller, quicker reads, but nonetheless, it was built that way. It was designed that way. That you know, if you go into a store, you have to realize that store's layout was made the way it was because you had psychologists, you had people that were you had people that were into lighting, the lighting of the color of the lights in stores. They're that color for a reason. It's not just because that's what they decided. Yeah, let's get some bulbs that are this. No, it's for a reason. There's a whole like that's if your profession is studio lighting, and there's a profession for lighting of a store to get people to impulse buy or to spend more time in the store or whatever. So if you think that's not occurring in your school curriculum, he'd be wildly mistaken. It is pretty amazing though. Or do they fuck up on purpose? Yeah. Mistakes need funding to be corrected. Yeah, so they put people in position to actually make mistakes on purpose. The people that are doing it don't realize it because they're derpy fucking donkey assholes. Like they're just that's what it is. The incompetence of the people that are in front of us is plainly obvious. If anyone thinks Nancy Pelosi is an intelligent person, you're a cuckoo. If you think Joe Biden is capable, that guy that they have there, if you think he's anywhere mentally fit to do anything other than eat fucking oatmeal, I don't even know if he knows how a spoon works anymore. Like if you think these people that are in like right there, if you think they're capable of anything, you need to go. You're wrong. You're goofy. There are people that still support that and they applaud it and they're like, "Well, yeah, I voted for it." Those people are the problem too. Like you can't really think these people they're put there to give the illusion. Here's the illusion. Here's what the illusion is that that the government is incompetent and that's why things are going awry. No, it's purposely they're doing it on purpose. It's not it's not these people don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing, but the people that are behind them are very well aware. And the mistakes need funding to be corrected. Yeah, John Taylor Gatto, yes, he was one of my favorites. He has a movie he put together. I don't know that he ever finished it, but there's a piece of it you can find. It's called the Fourth Purpose. Look that up. Oh, see, there you go, friend. Yeah, the science behind casinos. Oh man, casinos. Remember the movie The Cooler? You'd say there's no science there, but no, that they understood a level of psychological magic that was happening. If somebody was winning a lot, they would have a dude come sit next to whoever was winning and be all depressed and sad and whatever, and it would change the person's energy next to him, uh, and then they would start losing. You're like, it doesn't. It's a game of chance. It's a game of no. It's a lot more than that. But yeah, the size of the casino, like the way why the floors look like they do. There's no clocks in there. You don't know what time it is. The sounds and the ding 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 dings and the bells and the whistles and the whole thing. I like going to a casino occasionally just because I like the experience of just going, wow, look at this. This is amazing. I don't really, you know, I'm not into gambling per se, but it's amusing what it's weird that so many people actually do go to casinos. Like, really? That's what you do? I mean, yeah, I guess if you don't want if you're if you're somebody that got a good win every now and then, if you came up on a big win, yeah, I can see why you'd go. But there are people that I know that it's like they got $100 in their pocket. It's burning a hole, and they're going to the casino right Oh yeah, the ox. You know what they used to have too. When I went to Vegas years ago, and they don't have these anymore. I mean, at least I haven't seen them. They had oxygen bars. You go sit down, and they have flavored oxygen, and you would just sit down like you were smoking a hookah and buy fucking oxygen. Like what? Yeah. It's funny that they pump oxygen into your euphoric. Like, how about go outside and just breathe? Try that. Try breathing. Big in Japan. Why did you say big in Japan? That's my favorite Tom Waits song. Big in Japan. That's a song. Funny you say that, Frank. When I first the first time I came to New Orleans, about I don't know, 15. Damn, I guess it's been that long. Shit. Yeah, I was not even. Yeah, it was 15 years ago. Driving over the bridge over here on where the fuck? Not the big long one, but the one that's like 10 miles long. And so and we're going along this bridge, and it's right when the skyline starts to hit. Sitting there in the convertible with my buddy, and he plays Tom Waits' "Big in Japan." And I was just like, yes. Yeah. Alphaville. I don't. Chocolate Jesus is one of my favorites too. Chocolate Jesus, but Big in Japan was just, man. Put that on, fucking, put that on high volume, put it on blast. That's a good tune. Here's that. That's not how it starts off. Yeah, Tom Waits is pretty amazing. I always liked his interviews on like, was he on late night Conan or whatever. He'd always have like a really good dark humored joke he would drop in there. Oh man, Ugh. My sleeping patterns have been so funny lately. I'm sleeping odd hours. I've been coming home early. I just go out early. I don't know. This place I'm staying is just like, it's just not. It's not. I wouldn't say it's the most comfortable to be here. I don't like the paint. I don't like the color of the walls. It's kind of. It's kind of. Hmm. So I'm like, I gotta go outside. So I just get up. I just get up. I'm like, fuck it. We're gonna go and be wild in the corridor with some goofy people, and that's my day. And I come home early. Uh, when I used to live the other direction, I would come out late. I think it's kind of better waking up at 5 in the morning. I feel like I think I get I get drunker earlier, and I get better sleep, I guess. I don't feel like a loser for sleeping all day. Yeah, I don't I know a shit ton of music. I just don't know the names of songs. Like, my favorite thing to do is go out. I bring a couple speakers out with me. And oh, speaking of that, can I not plug the shit in? Anyways, I go out and bring a speaker, and I'm like, hey, give me a letter A to Z, and then I just find an awesome band. Uh, yeah. I just don't know. I just don't know song names. Damn. Yanni this morning. I think I'll kick with you a couple more minutes, and I need to take a tiny little nap before I go and do anything today. I gotta fucking got a bunch of Indian food to eat, and Indian food, take a fat dump, and go and play with these people in public. What is it, Wednesday? It is Wednesday. Wednesday. Hmm. Anything else? Any other major funky subjects we want to talk about before I do this thing? Have I heard Haley Reinhart? No, I'll look her up. I'm assuming Haley is a chick. No, I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna call it a day because I do have to take a shit and I do want to take a nap. So as always, thumbs up, like, subscribe. You don't even necessarily like this. Doesn't really matter. I don't know if y'all keep this one up. Um, 3 rules for life. Remember these things. Be yourself. Be goofy. Be weird. Enjoy it. Enjoy your day. You know, everybody else is already taken. Be like you are. And when you feel like you have enough energy and currency and whatever, share that with people, especially me, because I am I am as close to being homeless as possible, but I don't like it. It's a weird feeling. The fuck am I doing almost homeless? It's not good. So if you want to help me out to make sure I have a roof over my head so I can pay some bills, that would be great. CashApp, PayPal, Venmo, all that shit. It's on the thing there. And yeah, donate. Donate a liver to me. Yeah, donate me. I need a liver. It's funny. Everybody always assumes how do you not have a liver problem when you drink so much? It's like, that's why I don't have a liver problem, because I don't eat anything. What's gonna clog me up? I'm just drinking beers. Buy me a beer if you want to. If you can't afford to help me pay rent, please buy me a beer. Um, and stay cool. If you need help with anything, there's my email and all that shit. There's my WordPress. If you want to read stuff that goes back to 2012 when I was writing stuff. And yeah, be cool, fools. We'll talk soon. I'm ass out here. Bye, guys.